Hello everyone, I'm Rakhi Rupani, Communications Coordinator for BNI here in the UAE. And today the chapter we have on our chapter spotlight is BNI Gazelles. Now, Gazelles has been there for longer, and today they are achieving a big milestone, which is 100 million in thank you for closed business. So here we are, we're going to be talking to the leadership team. We have Shabbier as the president, Amandeep, the vice president, and Umesh, the secretary treasurer for the chapter. Hello, Team Gazelles. How are you all doing today?
Rocking.
Thank you.
Very good, thanks.
Great to have you with us today. And before we dig into any of the questions, firstly, let me congratulate all of you for achieving this major, big milestone, 100 million, and thank you for closed business. Congratulations.
Thank you
very much. Thank you.
How does it feel?
Top of the world.
I can imagine that. And before we get started with any of the questions, can I ask all of you to introduce yourselves? Tell us a little bit about what your business is and what your BNI journey has been like, just to keep it brief. So let's get started with you, Shabbier.
Thank you. It started off on one winter morning in Dubai at the Address Hotel. I was invited as a visitor. And I said, this is the place one should be in. And it just started off like that. And soon we moved to the Raffles Hotel. The members grew. And somehow I got involved in a lot of things with the business that I was in, dealing in corporate gifts and promotional items, being importers and stockists. I kind of thought there would be an option for me to take a break after almost about a year and a half. And then after a sabbatical, it's thanks to Murli, with whom I had been connected with in that period, I came back to the Gazelles chapter and with a bang. I've been around now for, I think, 5 years at a stretch and enjoying every single Monday morning meeting. Thank you for this opportunity.
Excellent. What about yourself, Amandeep?
So BNI Journey has been awesome. I came in as a visitor and with just nothing in mind whether I need to join or not. And then finally, I was impressed with the Gazelles chapter. And when I did my first meeting, of course, it all started with butterflies in the tummy with the 30 seconds speech. But then we went on, and after 6 months, I got into visitor host. It was quite a good experience working in the visitor host team. A lot of work goes behind that. And post that, I was approached to take up the ST role. So that also, I was like, okay, cool, that is good. So I happily took that up, and then I was approached to take up the VP role. So within a span of less than 2 years, I have been in LT, and I'm quite happy about it. And there's a lot of learning, and it is really impressive to be working with so many different people. Like even last term, we had a different president and different LT altogether. This term working with Shabbier ji, it's remarkable, I would say. It's amazing.
Great. We know that Shabbier is into corporate gifts. You haven't told us about what line of business you are into.
So we fix maintenance is into property maintenance, and we provide vast array of services, which if I continue, the list is never ending, but in short, property maintenance.
Excellent, excellent. What about yourself, Umesh?
Yes, I work for a company called Benesta Middle East. We set up the company here in Sharjah Airport Free Zone in 2018. It's a subsidiary of a company in UK, Benesta was from UK. We are into manufacturing electronic cubicles, lockers, office partitions, light in the picture behind me. And that's what we do. About joining BNI, it was Devanand, one of my close friends, who introduced me into BNI. I know Dev for maybe 12, 13 years. We've been driving in the sand, we are both off-roaders, and we've been driving together for like 13 years, almost every weekend.
Wow.
And the thing about off-roading is you don't speak anything other than off-roading.
Yeah.
So he never mentioned BNI and never knew about it. So I learned about BNI from somebody else, and then I heard him utter this word BNI, and I asked him, what is this? So he said, okay, come and visit. And I visited and I joined straight away. I've been now in Gazelles for last 10 months, joined in January. It's been a fantastic journey. I love the people there, great relationships, and I think you become a child again with this kind of grouping, you know, the relationships which we build there is beautiful.
Yeah, I know it's the learning and which is and also the fun that we all have together as members that actually makes us relive our memories being kids.
You know, it's interesting, Raki. Come Monday morning, we literally wait for the Monday morning to happen. And in so many years, except for 2 occasions, I have not missed a Monday morning meeting.
Wow. That's
That
amazing.
surprises the family.
Which is again the next question I wanted to ask you, Shabbier. You've been in BNI longer than Umesh and Amandeep. Almost 5 years with Gazelles and previously also with another chapter. So tell us, how has this journey been like? I mean, what's it been like for you starting from the very beginning as a brand new member up till now? How would you describe that in few words?
The acceptance level at Gazelles is amazing. It kind of grows on you. Each member goes the extra mile to make you feel comfortable. Nobody benchmarks you on the lines that he's big or he's small. We are all one in Gazelles, and we stand by with one another. And even during the pandemic, the positive feeling was so strong. Just look at our numbers. We are still there and we are still growing.
Absolutely.
And I tell you for one, that it's a delight being a member of the Gazelles.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with that. And I don't know whether you were aware of this before the interview, that you all have completed this, achieving this great milestone of 100 million in terms of thank you for close business. So how are you all planning to celebrate that with your chapter?
I can't pat myself on the back, but I would like to do that with all the other members for going the extra mile to bring in referrals to one another.
You know, on that, even
Hugely.
on that note, when you talk about celebration, I think Gazelles celebrates every month. We have a social and we ensure that our performance, our members' performance in the chapter is celebrated every month with a beautiful social. We celebrate it with families or members only. So celebration is all the year round. It's always there.
Amazing.
We've got one coming on Thursday. This Thursday we're celebrating. I think that would be a good time to announce this achievement.
Wow, that's great. Thank you for sharing that with us. My next question is for you, Amandeep. You mentioned because you were in the previous leadership team as well, and you have just gone back to in-person. So how was it? I mean, you all must have seen some members with different opinions, some of them leaving. Now you all have come back to in-person meetings. How was the entire experience? If you'd like to share anything with us.
Sure. So at Gazelles, we truly stand for business in its absolute terms. As such, we guard the culture very closely. And as a matter of clarity, I mean, people who considered value of being in the chapter stayed back in the chapter. And in due course of time, I think others joining is part of, I mean, people leaving and then joining is part of the group. And we very widely accepted and understood that as an LT. Our focus has always been to ensure the right attitude individuals is chosen by the membership of Gazelles, membership committee of Gazelles, as it is required, like a strong commitment is required towards the chapter in terms of attendance, referral, and business generation for themselves and for the other members, along with a high focus of quality. So we're really committed to build this over time as an LT. And I think that's been our vision from the beginning, I would say, as an LT, since we have taken up this role.
Great. Shabbier, tell me something. You have experienced both the in-person and the online. How does it now feel after all this long time of being online? How does it now feel to go back to in-person meetings? Any pearls of wisdom you'd like to share with us?
It's just an amazing feeling. The connect that you have, the bonding that you generate, you cannot put it in words. And this doesn't happen anywhere else. Be assured of that. I mean, although the meeting is wrapped up at 8:30 in the morning, we go through breakfast and we love to network post that to get to know our members even better. Where else would you get that sort of an opportunity?
And it's very different compared to when you're meeting online. Am I right?
True so. Yes.
Absolutely.
Concur with you on that.
Absolutely. And my next question, Umesh, would be for you. Since you're talking a lot about the socials, which sounds so interesting, you recently had a sports day. So
Yes.
Anything you'd like to share about that? Just enlighten that. Was it only for your chapter or was it for different chapters? How was it?
So it was just our chapter with family. And we had most of the members showing up, and it was a very lively event with, we played badminton, cricket, table tennis. There was a tug of war, and it was amazing. Everybody participated, irrespective of age, and most people are not playing these games all the time, and it was quite exciting. Playing, and then we had prizes given away for the children, for the participants, members. It was a great event for bonding for everybody. This kind of.
Was it with family or just with members?
It was with family.
Ah, interesting.
With family. So there were events for to keep the family engaged. We had painting and drawing for kids, and games for the families. Whereas the Gazelles, the members themselves, they just slugged it out with badminton, cricket, and all these games, table tennis. So it was very good, very good.
Great, and thank you so much for sharing the video with us. We'll definitely link it at the end for the viewers to watch all the fun that you all had, definitely. Yes. And my next question, Umesh, again, I want to ask you, since you rightly mentioned, you've just been with the chapter for 10 months, you've seen the whole online experience. What is it that you enjoy the most about your chapter?
I think it's a great group of people. Me personally, I would say, company is young that I work for. I set up the factory only in 2020, which was when the factory went live, COVID came. Immediately after that, I joined Gazelles, and all of a sudden there were so many people helping me. It was a tough situation with all the investment in and run our factory. And from the chapter itself, there were at least 15, 20 members actively involved with my company in different forms, with their expertise to help me, guide me, and even whether it's social media or even physically putting up racking in the factory or transporting trucks, all of this coming from BNI members, and it was really amazing. I felt quite blessed.
So the information and the learning, which absolutely, I totally agree with that. Again, and that's one of the core values as well of BNI. So yes. Thank you for sharing that with us, Umesh. My next question would be for you, Amandeep. You've been a part of the leadership team before, and you're continuing into the teams now. And again, you've seen the transition from the online to in-person. A lot of the chapters talk about this, it's chapter engagement. So how do you keep your chapter engaged? Any tips that you would like to share with any of the other chapter members watching this?
So for that, Gazelles members are highly social and fun-loving. We work hard and we play harder. As such, it's not so difficult to keep them engaged. Even during the meetings, we have fun ways to improve performance of presentations by focusing on Golden Mic Award for Best Speaker of the Week, etc. And this is all done with a vision of creating excellence and in members and as a group. Also, we, post networking, post the meeting when we have the networking again, we have some positive banter as well going on. So we quite connected as members to each other and hold that mutual trust. So it takes very least from us to, kind of keep that engagement. Having said that, with all credit to the events team who take up extra effort to ensure that they involve members, in every way, because we have got members of different age groups. So our events team, they take into consideration all these factors and put up a brilliant show, which is why I think members stay with us longer. So Gazelles is definitely a remarkable chapter.
Thank you so much. That's a lot of great information out for us. And before we come to the end of the meeting, I would like to actually ask all of you if you all would like to share any words of advice or tips for any new members or any people who are considering to joining BNI. What would your last few words be to them? Starting with you, Shabbier.
I would say very simply, be positive. That in itself works wonders. Don't expect things to work overnight. You got to give first to be able to get. And if you have got that concept in mind, nothing better than that.
Absolutely.
And I've seen it happen with me. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you. And over to you, Amandeep.
In BNI sense, I would just tell them that be a farmer and build relationships. The more you build them, the better business and the better, you also forget, even apart from business, you'll also get help in unknown ways that when you need it. Everybody comes together to help you out. And that's something that, I would tell to the new members.
Absolutely. And also from our newest member, Umesh, a few words.
Yeah, I can't imagine any business which would not benefit from networking. So I would say BNI has got a very big range as far as people who can benefit from it. It definitely generates business for people. And besides the business part itself, it helps you develop yourself as a person.
Absolutely.
Giving you exposure to such a wide audience, not just the chapter, in the country and around the world. It really helps a member develop as an individual, which will help him, himself, his business, and his future. It's really worth it.
Absolutely.
Very well said.
Absolutely. And with that being said, thank you so much, all of you, Shabbier, Umesh, Amandeep, for being here with us and also celebrating your milestone. Here's to a lot of networking, enjoying, have a lot of fun, and many congratulations once again on this journey.
Thank you.
Thank you.